Beta 2 of Automobilista 2 is out, and of course we tested it. Find out more about it right here, right now. Greetings petrolheads and welcome to romrom.net, the channel sharing the joy of sim racing and on our continuous reporting on everything that has to do with Automobilista 2. Last Thursday, Reza published the second beta of Automobilista 2. There's still gonna be 2 more betas before the release candidate. I'll tell you about the schedule a little bit later during the video. And while I tell you my impressions of this second beta and further informations that we have gathered since last week, you'll see me racing at Ibarra in Ecuador, if I remember correctly, the last track to be released officially for Automobilista 1. Of course, I will be racing in Automobilista 2 and of course, tada, on VR, because thanks to all the comments, I found out how it should have worked in the first place. If you don't want to miss any videos about Automobilista 2 or any other videos that we publish, click subscribe and also click on the bell and become part of the ever-growing RomRom family. Let's start with what was missing of our review of the first beta release, the VR. Not only is the VR very impressive and offers enormously good immersion, the 3D effect of the scenery, be it the trees on the track or the mountain far away, is excellent. The VR feels very fluid, even more than on Project Cars 2, and I had no issues at all with my standard system. In my opinion, the VR graphics are even better than on Project Cars 2, including the interior of the cars. The immersion, as said, is excellent. The overall support for VR is as good as it was on Project Cars 2, as was to be expected. Reza has reacted to what some of us have been saying about the force feedback and have published tips for the setup in the forum, especially to tweak what they call weak wheels. From different discussions that I had, it seems that those who can afford a direct drive wheel have a much better force feedback experience than those of us on weak wheels, especially those with low-end Logitech wheels. I can only give back what I experience, and for me, force feedback is still not there, but I got the feeling that it changed for the better in this second beta release. It's still not what Automobilista had us accustomed to and far away from what Assetto Corsa Competizione and Race Room Racing Experience have to offer, and it's on par with a non-enhanced Project Cars 2, maybe a fraction better. Personally, I neither feel the tires nor do I feel the track. It still makes no difference on the force feedback if I'm driving on tarmac, over a curb, or if I've left the track. I also don't feel it if I lock the tires. There seems to be a lot of work needed there. I notice only when cutting this video that the HUD seems to be an overlay that does not get shown in the video. That's why you can't see it, but don't fret, there's not much to see yet. It's still very similar to Project Cars 2 and still exceedingly minimalistic, but as I said in the review of the first beta, see the link up there, Reza had already warned us about it, and it's understandable that it's not the highest priority right now. The animations inside of the cockpit are not finished yet, and Reza are going to finish them up before the release candidate. No worries, they just look funny at the moment. Also, some of the cars of your opponents look transparent when they should be solid. While the replay menu is still a little bit confusing to me and you still cannot save replays, when on VR you can look around whilst playing the replay no matter which camera you have selected. This is similar to how Assetto Corsa and Race Room Racing Experience behave. For the rest, and as you can see, the graphics are excellent, we all expected that, and Reza have delivered. The sound is very good, especially on VR where you move your head around while the sound sources are still relative to your position in the car. This helps the immersion and supports the very good visual 3D feeling. There's one annoying glitch: every time your tires screech, the motor loudness goes down and the sound of the motor is unrealistically muffled. The AI is quite good, even if there's still room for improvement here and there, but it's mostly on par with Automobilista 1, where it was one of the best. Razer have published a release schedule, making it clear when we can expect what. Betas 1 and 2 are already out, as we know, and every Thursday there's gonna be a new beta, so beta 3 is gonna be out on the 12th of March and will include time trial. You will be able to set up the cars and hopefully to save and load setups. There will be also tuning and extended support for non-wheel controllers in beta 3, and while multiplayer was planned for beta 2, I could not choose it, and on Razer's beta forums there is talk of testing it only. Beta 4 is planned for the 19th of March, and it will include championships as well as other languages other than English, as for now the beta only supports the English language. The release candidate, so the as polished as possible version that Razer wants to release, is gonna come out on the 26th of March, and the public release still is planned for the 31st of March. Of course, we're planning to follow up with a video on each of these releases. Well, this second beta release left a much better impression on me than the first did, but still I have the issue with force feedback, and I'm not alone in this. Most of what I saw here looks very good, especially when you consider this is a beta, but I think that they will have to work a lot on the force feedback. All in all, I see Razer on the right track, and I hope that soon we will get stadium super tracks and truck racing, as these were series that Automobilista had that nobody else seems to support. Driving and racing on VR was a lot of fun, and my overall experience was better than it was with the first beta release. If you want me to test something specifically that I haven't tested yet, be it a component of the sim, a specific track, a specific car, or a specific car and track combination, let me know in the comments. There are still 3 more releases we can look forward to, and hopefully things will continue moving for the better in each subsequent release. If you don't want to miss our videos about it, or want to see more videos sharing the joy of sim racing, check the playlist to the left or the video to the right. Until next time, save fuel, collect pickup, and we'll see each other at the podium.